some people aren't comfortable yet with getting the fillers or getting the Botox or the procedures. So to maybe get them started with skincare, what would be like the top 2 to 4 things that every person should be using? And if there's more, I mean, if you have a top 5, feel free to do it. Or if you just have one.
Okay. I think top 3 is very reasonable, especially like if you're in your 20s. I try to give people only my bare minimum recommendations because I think it's so super overwhelming. So
yes,
my top 3 recommendations are, number 1, a mixed molecular weight hyaluronic serum.
Yes.
And
that's my favorite.
Okay, she says that.
We love hyaluronic acid.
Okay, and like, I have to just offer the disclaimer that I have my own skincare line, so obviously I'm biased. So
yes, please
take this with a grain of salt, but it's the best. But anyway, obviously, but I really love my hyaluronic acid because it's niacinamide fortified, and that gives it extra antioxidant protection. The small molecular weight fragments penetrate into your dermis, and the larger fragments rest on top to give you improved barrier protection of the skin. So a hyaluronic in the morning is going to give you dewiness and hydration and barrier protection of the skin. And then, SPF. I'm not really counting that, but just SPF.
Yes, everyone wears
zinc and
sunscreen.
titanium SPF. Okay, but hyaluronic. And then at night, a vitamin C BE ferulic serum. And I really love my vitamin C serum because it's not just a regular vitamin C ferulic. It also has high percentage vitamin B, which gives it additional antioxidant support. And that's really important for not only scavenging free radical damage from sun exposure, but improving brown spots and hyperpigmentation. Because as we all age, everyone gets little freckling spots on their skin. And that makes the skin look more aged over time. It also helps with fine lines. And then a retinol bakuchiol. And that's really important for improving skin cell turnover and reducing your need for Botox. So if you're not yet into Botox, or if you never want to be, or even if you do use Botox, but you want to keep yourself from needing escalating doses over time, that's very important for decreasing fine lines, improving your pore size, reducing the tendency toward blemishes because it decreases sebum production in the skin, and also improving hyperpigmentation. So it's very multifunctional. So just to review, those 3 products are hyaluronic, vitamin C B ferulic, and retinol bakuchiol. And so if you only have the budget or mental bandwidth for 3 things, those are the only 3 things, and you can literally wash your face with shampoo and get the cheapest SPF you can afford. And that's not what I do, but like if that's your vibe, I think those are the super 3 most essentials. And then if you want to be more of an Epicurean about your products, obviously you can do more stuff, but it's important to know who you are. And sometimes if you give someone a 10-step skincare routine and they're like 28 years old, they're just going to tune you out and stop listening right away.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that because I love skincare personally, and I feel like you do as well. And when I share mine with my friends, they get very overwhelmed, and they're like, I rather would just not deal with it. So I know a lot of my friends listening, if they know they only need 3 things, they are going to buy those 3 things, and they're going to start working on their skin ASAP.
What's the one product that everyone tells us we need that we don't need? Is it eye cream?
I think eye cream is actually really important. Like our peptide eye, because the periorbital skin is the thinnest tissue on the body. You can use an amazing eye cream all over the face. But the problem is that, that cannot be so budget friendly because the peptide level in eye creams tends to make eye creams more expensive. I would say the product that you don't need that everyone says you need, you can probably combine an eye cream. I mean, you can use an eye cream in multiple locations. I think people tend to overwash their faces, so you can probably decrease the frequency of washing your face.
Oh.
I don't think a toner is necessary.
Okay.
I know that people use
Whoa.
toners. Sorry.
Obsessed with toners.
I don't want to throw down and like ruin anything for anyone, but I don't think toners are necessary. I think you can get by with a cleanser alone.
Wait, quick question. So if you don't recommend washing your face too frequently, and because my second thing was like, okay, I could just use my toner. What would you use then? to
No,
wash
I
it?
mean, most people need to wash their face twice a day.
Got it.
But
I do that. Okay.
okay, but I have read some routines where people are washing their face, like double cleansing and washing their face 3 times a day and doing toners and cleansers. And most people will need to wash their face twice a day for a normal skin type. But I don't think toners are necessarily important. But if you like them and they're fine for you, I think that's fine. And the way I think about skincare is kind of the way I think about a diet, where you should think about the components that are necessary for healthy eating. And think about the skin as the body's largest organ, because that's what it is. And you have to feed it all these little things: hyaluronic, vitamin C, vitamin B, vitamin E, ferulic acid, retinol, bakuchiol. It needs some zinc and titanium, etc. Like, you need protein, dairy, vegetables, etc. You wouldn't ever ask a plastic surgeon or your internist what's more important, dairy or vegetables or protein. Pick one. They'd be like, eat them all. Eat them. And so each individual person needs to pick a diet that works for themselves and for their own body. So if you're gluten intolerant or if you're vegetarian, you might have a different diet than your friend who has different preferences, but you still need the same normal mix of nutrients so that you can be healthy. So if I'm saying that the average person might need to cleanse this many times, it doesn't mean that that's true for every single listener of your podcast. It just means that take it with a grain of salt, do what's right for you. There's no way on earth that I can dictate a skincare routine over a podcast that's going to be true for every human.